Hello, guys. It's so good to be here. Thank you so much for always tuning in. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, ensure you do that immediately. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell and also give this video a thumbs up. Okay, right here, something says that some of the air flights that have been given permission to fly. That is the details we are bringing to you, and some also have been suspended not to fly for the meantime because resumption for flights begins 8, that is Wednesday, which is today. So congratulations to everyone who is ready to fly, but of course some of the airlines that are not allowed to fly will be brought to you shortly. So guys, don't forget, this is Saffron Media and we are here to give you authentic, reliable and most trending happenings in Nigeria. And of course, let us dive right in without wasting much time into the details of the flight that will not be allowed to fly in Nigeria. Right here, it says that the aero contractors Azman Air and Max Air Limited have failed to meet the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority approval to resume operations. This was disclosed in a webinar organized by the NCCA on Tuesday night to update stakeholders on the industry restart plan and ahead of Wednesday flight resumption. The update given by the chairman NCAA COVID-19 committee, Godwin Balang, showed that only 5 airlines were permitted to restart operations on Wednesday. The 5 airlines are Air Peace, Arik Air, Dana Airlines, Ibom Air, and Overland Airways Limited. Aero contractors Azman Air and Max Air Limited were given a no regarding the approval to restart today. On the part of unscheduled aircraft operators, Allied Air Limited, ANAP, Business Jets, and Bristol Helicopters had so far complied with the NCAA regulations. The domestic airport scored 87.2%. However, only Murtala Muhammad International Airport, JAT, Murtala Muhammad International Airport, MM2, Malam Aminu Kano International Airport, and Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, were given approval to restart. So you have to take note of those airports that are to restart. The Director General of the NCAA, Captain Musa Nuhu, had last week stressed that airlines and airports must meet the regulators' conditions before restarting operations. He added that the Aviation Minister's announcement on flight resumption was not enough reason for flights to commence. He had said, "I keep saying that even if you are listed to start on the day you do not meet the requirements set by NCCA, you are not getting the DG's approval to start." That goes to the airport, the airlines, and service providers. We have to be ready and be sure each and every one component of the system is ready to join the network before we authorize them. Meanwhile, following the federal government decision to allow domestic flight resume on July 8, 4 airlines have announced plans to conduct flights around the country. The 4 airlines are Overland Airways Aero Contractors, Azman Air, and Ibom Air. Overland Airways said in a statement on Tuesday that it would resume flight service on July 15, 2020. The chief operating officer of the airline, Mrs. Anu Benson, guaranteed customers that safety precautions would be adhered to as it prepares to resume flight operations. She said Overland Airways assures our esteemed customers of pleasures of flying as we are implementing safety and health protocols advised by health and regulatory authorities. These protocols include, but are not limited to, the taking of passengers' temperature reading, ensuring the wearing of face masks and other protective equipment by passengers and staff on board our aircraft, maintenance of physical distance at the check-in and board lines, and regular disinfection of our aircraft. The airline said flight operations would resume on Abuja, Akure, Lagos, Ibadan, Ilorin, Jalingo routes, adding that it would extend the validity of passengers on used tickets affected by the pandemic. Aero contractors said it would resume flight operations on July 9, 2020. A statement from the airline said its staff had been trained in line with COVID-19 protocols to help passengers travel safely. It said, "As we updated you through a series of messages during the lockdown, we have trained and retrained all our staffs that will process your flight from the point of ticket purchase, check-in through to your baggage handling, security check boarding in flight, disembarkation and baggage retrieval on arrival. We have maintained, sanitized and disinfected our airplanes thoroughly. We are also making available alcohol-based hand sanitizer at our counters for your use. The infrared thermometers for temperature checks. All safety preconditions as stipulated by the World Health Organization and aviation authorities are being observed." Ibom Air also notified its customers of its intention to restart flight operations on July 8, 2020, starting with Lagos to Abuja return flight. It said in a statement that the service between Uyo and Lagos and Uyo and Abuja would restart July 15, 2020, and assured passengers of safety. Azman Air said it will resume on July 8, adding that it would operate flight from Murtala Mohammed Airport in Lagos domestic terminal as well as Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. The airline in a tweet promised to resume operations from Malam Aminu Kano International Airport, Kano Maiduguri Airport, Borno, Port Harcourt International Airport, Rivers State, and Sam Mbakwe Airport in Imo. Passengers were advised to use face masks, observe social distancing, and carry a tissue in case they need to sneeze or cough while boarding. The airline stressed that food would not be served, but bottled water would be provided during the flight. It also asked passengers to avoid seats marked on the flight. So that is it regarding the issue of domestic flights. Good that they actually gave dates of their resumption, so you have it now in mind that domestic flights have actually resumed, and the dates each flight resumed were actually listed out in this broadcast, and I'm very sure you heard all of it. If you don't hear all of it, you can go back to it again. And of course, you've seen the conditions that some of the flights actually give. So it's just simple adherence to it. You know, everyone has to really stay safe regardless of what the circumstances really are. And of course, we know that the pandemic is still very much at large, especially in Nigeria. The case actually keeps rising. So it's very important that everyone really follows the guidelines of what the airlines have given. And, you know, one of the airlines also said they won't be giving food to, you know, passengers, and of course I guess they have their reasons for doing that. And also passengers should also understand that they will only give bottled water to everyone, and everyone should come with their tissue and their likes. And of course you don't want to come down with what you did not you know, go in with. So it's very important that everyone keeps with this guideline and follow this guideline strictly, so that the numbers will not actually increase due to the reopening of domestic flights in Nigeria. So that is it, and I hope that everyone really follows, just as you're listening and hoping that you follow. I hope that everyone in Nigeria actually follows, because sometimes people do not believe that, oh, I just want to fly, it's not going to take long, and how is it going to happen and all of that. But I believe it is very important that these little things be taken into cognizance and strictly adhered to. All right, guys, we hope the Nigerians actually follow all of these guidelines just as it has been given, and we also pray that no further infection will be recorded in Nigeria. So that is it. You've heard it all. Don't forget to drop your comment if you have questions, if you have reservations, whatever you have to say about this, you can quickly drop it in the comment section. Of course, you know, we'll always wait for you to read from you and also hear from you. Thank you so much for always staying tuned. I really do appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and also don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, because your thumbs up would mean you saw this video and you liked it. You guys are simply awesome and you've been wonderful so far. I really do appreciate your time here, and I do not take that for granted. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.